Guys, welcome back with another video on the 5.3. We're going to get right into it, putting an oil pump on today. Let's get into the video. All right, guys, welcome back again. Welcome back to the channel. We got another video. And before we get into this video, got my torque wrench. Put that up here for now. I wanted to, right off the rip, before I forget, I wanted to tell you exactly what we're doing. We're putting the oil pump on today, obviously. That's why you clicked on this video. But I wanted to tell you exactly what we have for the torque specs. So you got oil pump cover bolts is 106 inch-pounds. And then today what we're doing is the oil pump mounting bolts. They are 18 foot-pounds. Anything in this book doesn't say inch-pounds, it's all foot-pounds. So that's what we're doing today. Oil pump, just wanted to let you know, 18 foot-pounds for these four. So this video shouldn't be too long. Obviously, if you're doing the oil pump, you're already to this stage of where the motor looks like this. Obviously, this is on a stand. This is going to be a lot easier to explain and show you. If you're doing this in your vehicle, it's going to look a lot different, obviously. So also, there's a trick at the end of the video. I'm going to show you something because a lot of people don't tell you about it. I did find a video online, though. I should leave the link to that guy's channel because not too many people have told me about this, or I've not asked. Well, at least this section of the video is going to be voiceover. I don't know what happened to my audio, but something went wrong. As you can see, just so I didn't forget, I brought my torque wrench over. And I put those bolts in last video just so I wouldn't lose them after I took them out of the parts cleaner. That's why they look fairly new. That parts wash cleaner works great. Get some of that if you're doing anything like this. The parts cleaner is like great stuff. Gunk makes a good one, and I think Berryman's makes a good one. The stuff that Berryman's make, like the chem tool for like fuel injector and stuff like that. And I got chickens in the background. We just bought chickens. Yeah, that's another thing. Maybe we'll make a video about that. Has nothing to do with automotive. But anyways, all right, get back to the oil pump. So I'm lining up the holes there, and actually the plug I'm pointing to right now, and I'm gonna put that Allen head in. That is a primer for the oiler. You can take that plug out and prime the oil pump that way before you fire up the motor, which I'm going to do later on. Once the motor is all put back together, I'll prime the oil pump. Just line that up, and then, like I said, on that cog, you got to line up the gears. So that's just the only tricky thing. It's really not that bad. Once you line it up and get the gears lined up, it slides right into place, as you can see. Just lining up the bolts. I ran them down with the ratchet, and then I backed them off. You'll see as I run them down. And I did this all by hand. I believe this one, I think the pan on the bottom I did afterwards with the gun. And these are torqued. I said in the beginning of the video, these bolts for the oil pump are 18 foot-pounds. So make sure you just bring that down to 18 foot-pounds. I just spun them on real quick with the hand. And then I eventually spin the crank over a full 360-degree rotation, which that helps seat the oil pump itself. So, yeah, that's about it, really. I don't know what else I was talking about here, but Jesus Christ, I dragged this out. I apologize. Like I said, I just wanted to make sure this thing was all lined up properly. But yeah, what was I talking about? Oh, the parts cleaner. You'll love that stuff. It like overnight, if you leave something soaking in the parts cleaner for like 24 hours, I've done carburetors and stuff in the past, like on my boat, and a lot of the gummed up like fuel, the bowl, the jet, the needle, that stuff, man, I don't know what's in there. It's not paint thinner because it doesn't ruin things like paint thinner. It's pretty amazing stuff, to be honest with you. So, oh, right here, that's a good thing I just said that. So I'm looking at the O-ring, and I'm trying to figure out what O-ring is going to fit my pickup tube. There's two different sizes, so that was kind of confusing me, and they both fit in the oil pump housing. But in my situation, the O-ring with the bigger diameter fit better. So when I pushed the oil pickup tube in the oil pump, it seemed to seat better, if you get what I'm trying to say. It seated better once I pushed the oil pickup tube in. There's me getting the crank bolt, and come to my attention too. Later on, I'll tell you guys in another video, but I'll remind it here while we're doing some voiceover because my audio got messed up. You got to buy a new one of those. Just like the head bolts, that crank pulley bolt is torqued to yield. TTY. You'll see that in books or online forums. TTY stands to torque to yield. Once that bolt is torqued to yield, it can no longer be torqued again. Well, I take that back. You can torque it again and risk it snapping, but once it's stretched, and you really shouldn't be using that bolt again. Can you get away with it? I guarantee you could probably get away with torquing that down again, but my application for probably what it cost, $9 on Amazon, or I don't know, go to O'Reilly's. I'm sure they have them there for $13 or something like that. It's probably pretty cheap insurance not to break that bolt inside your crank, because I wouldn't want to know how to get that out. That'd be a heck of a job to get that out if that ever snapped inside your crank, the front of the crank snout, putting on that harmonic balancer. That would be brutal. So do yourself a favor when you put it back all together. Get a new harmonic balancer.
Right. So
bolt.
I just was double checking everything before I torque these down, but definitely 18 foot-pounds on the 4 bolts for that. And then right in here, like I said earlier, there's 5/16. It's plug. You take that plug out and you can prime your oil pump, which is pretty handy. Get this down to 18 pounds. There's 20. I believe there's 20. Let me make sure. Double check. Yeah, that was 20. So there's 20, 19, 18. Lock it down. So you're going. It broke right there. You didn't really hear it, but I did. Oh, there it is. Snap right there. Oh, just broke right there. That's it. 18 foot-pounds all the way around. Done. 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 Okay. That's done. All right, now we get the pickup tube. We got to distinguish which one of those two, which one of these two O-rings goes on the end of this. They look identical. I don't know why they sent me two. Let me take a look at this. Yeah, I know, one's thinner than the other. Huh. I wonder what goes in this pump better. That definitely fits a lot better than the other one. But I wonder if this diameter goes in the pump as well. They both fit. I wonder if it's for different pickup tubes. I wonder if that's the case. Possibly, maybe. Anybody know? Anybody know? Let's do some research. What do you say? Before we put this back together. Yeah, that doesn't take up the gap of the, like this one takes the gap up. That takes the gap up quite a bit more. Yeah, I wonder if that does go like that. I don't know. That fits a lot better, that bigger one. It's wild. It's got 2 mounting points too right here. 2 mounting points. And I don't know why the oil pickup tube does that, but she doesn't. I wonder if I gotta figure this out here. I wonder why it gives me 2 oil pickup tubes. I wonder why. Let me do some research real quick. All right, my extensive research. Come to the conclusion, I'm going with the bigger O-ring. When it snaps in, it feels a lot better. So, put the pan on. The fatter O-ring seems to fit better on this for me. And when you pop it in place, once you line it up right here, it seems just to fit. It just got a little snug little pull in there. I'd rather go with that than not go with that. Although I didn't check the other one to see what that one felt like, but I'm gonna go with the bigger one, I believe. Fits nice and snug in there.
All right, yet another part of the video where we do a little voiceover. I leave the screen real quick to go find the bolts to, actually the nuts to put on this pan, the belly pan that goes inside the oil pan. I got to really figure out that word. I knew what this pan's called, and a lot of guys are going to leave comments if they make it this far in the video and making fun of me, but hey, it's the pan. I'm calling it the splash pan, I guess. I don't know, whatever. It's like a diverter pan, I guess, for the oil pan itself. It keeps oil from flopping everywhere. Anyways, again, I didn't find the torque specs on these. These are 13 millimeter bolts. I'll try to find those out, and I'll leave those in a link in the description below, because I already recorded this video, and that's how I found out my audio was bad. And I believed it was my Bluetooth speaker messing up, and it was connecting and disconnecting throughout the video. So I'll make sure that thing's always shut off from now on. But I've had problems with my Bluetooth headphones as well in the past with that stuff. So, yep, that's it. Well, I thought that was going to be the last voiceover, but I'm 100% sure this will be the last voiceover for this video. Again, apologize for the audio. I was just trying to find all the hardware to put back in, especially with the timing cover that's going to be coming up in the new video. I'm debating on whether to repaint it or just let it fly the color I have it. So I'm like counting out my bolts to try to figure out how many I have left for this application on the front side. And also I lost, but I found in the same video right here, the clip's coming up soon, the smaller 10 millimeter, but it's 10 millimeter head, but it's a lot smaller thread and depth. It's the single bolt that goes for the oil pickup tube itself that goes into the oil pump. I was like kind of panicking a little bit in this part of the video. Obviously you won't hear the original audio, but I was like, where is that bolt? But I ended up finding it, thank God. I think that's when I was, see, I'm looking in the pan. I'm like, where's that bolt? I walk back over. You notice the light, my legs shine brighter. I got to put that spotlight on instead of sensor on all the time. My lighting is changing in the video, so I apologize, but I hope it's a good enough lighting where I got the motor mounted. And obviously you have the background of the four-wheelers. I got to get the kids to get those things full of mud. It's coming now. It's been real rainy here lately. And no, I didn't find it. Where is it? I got to go back and find it. I found one lonely 10 millimeter bolt, and that ain't the one. See, I'm looking now. I'm panicking. So, got to go back over there. I ended up finding it. I think. I hope. I'm going to retighten all these down just to make sure. I'm sure there's a torque spec on them, so I'll look in the book and torque them down to where they need to be. I did put them on in like a crisscross pattern. I don't think it really is necessary for this diverter pan, so that's not the right word for it. But it's probably a torque specs for that too. And then I'll look up the torque spec for this. Said 10 millimeter. Those are 13 millimeter up there. So I'm going to snug that up. I don't want to over tighten it. So that's all tightened up. I'm thinking oil pan next. But the back there, I want to do the rear main seal. So when I do that, I'll have to take this back off, these two bolts, when I do that. But I'd like to at least get this installed. At least we could dry fit it to see if anything. I didn't change anything. That's our factory oil pickup tube, so it should be fine. So it came to my attention that some of my audio, as I was editing this, because I'm filming this ending later on, didn't come through. So I'll voice over all that stuff. So I think I'm going to leave that for now. So we did the oil pump, the bottom of the pan, I don't know what you call that, a splash guard, and then the oil pickup tube. So that's all done. So I think we're going to quit it here, and we'll do the oil pan afterwards. because I'm debating on what I have to do here to take the rear main seal off. So yeah, I think that's it. Oil pump is installed. All right, guys, sorry about some of the audio quality. I did some voiceover. I hope I did as best as I could to explain what I was doing when I was doing it at that time. But very simple procedure, putting the oil pump on, the pan here, and the pickup tube. I dry fitted the gasket. I have it right here off camera. We'll do another video putting a pan on and the timing cover on as well. That'll go hand in hand together. So again, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Oil pump installation. Make sure you spin the crank a whole full rotation to set that. No shimming necessary. Torque them down 18 foot-pounds, and make sure your O-ring is seated in the oil pickup tube right here. Tighten that down. Still haven't found the spec for that. I got to do some research online, so I'm not going to leave it in this video. But if I come across it, we'll put it in the next video, or I'll put it in the description down below, so you know how tight that that oil right here, that bolt for the pickup tube has got to be tightened down. So till next time, guys, we'll see you on the next video. Make sure you subscribe that corner, or notifications bell that corner, and leave a comment down below. I like reading some of them. Try to get back to some of my fans and just people that leave information about doing this. So all right, guys, peace.